What's happening? Jermaine Lawrence, the platform with Lawrence Jackson. Coming to you, man, talking about the 49ers as usual, as most times. But I wanted to really come on and talk about a former 49er really quick. Give a shout out and a prayer for that man, honestly. Frank Gore. Shout out to number 21. Shout out to the GOAT for the Niners, at least that is. Shout out to hopefully a future Hall of Famer, Frank Gore. And today's shout out probably to his dignity. Shout out to his pride. Shout out to his face. If you didn't know, if you maybe been up to some kind of rock, Frank Gore not only wants to come back to Frisco, come back to the Niner gang, come back to the faithful and the 49ers for either a retirement tour or just to retire as a Niner. But he also, against Deron Williams, a former player for the Utah Jazz, that's the NBA, had a celebrity boxing match today on the undercard for Deron Williams versus Jake Paul 2. Don't know who won that fight or if it's even happened. I believe this was taking place down in Florida, which is also Frank Gore's hometown and birthplace. But today, Frank Gore lost. I mean, if you got a chance to see the thumbnail for this video, it was a loss. It was definitely a loss. It's like by split decision, Frank Gore loses today to Deron Williams. So shout out Frank Gore. Much respect for that man for getting into the boxing ring. He is a football player, was a football player. And as we saw with Mr. Man from the Knicks, formerly the basketball player, his name escapes me like his mind escaped him when he got into the ring. Basketball, football, whatever the sport is much different than boxing. It's much different than having a street fight. It's not called the sweet science for anything. So I've always hated Deron Williams, Mr. Light Bright, as this light shines bright in my face, and as bright as you see my face is, I never liked that man when he played for the Jazz, and that's probably why he was a constant thorn in the Lakers' side. But he apparently won by split decision today over Frank Gore, and Frank Gore got his face busted up. You saw the thumbnail, and this is the one I chose to use. There was another one with a much better picture of him. It's out there on the internet. I actually tweeted it, though, so it's out there with Deron, straight right jab, right into Frank's face, right in his mouth, and I mean in his mouth because his mouth is contorted in the picture. So respect to Frank Gore, respect to Deron Williams too for getting into the ring. And then, of course, as well, to Mr. Paul, Mr. Woodley, that probably was an excellent fight, or at least hopefully, or maybe it was a spectacle because it's a celebrity boxing match. So I wanted to come on here and say thank you to Frank for all the years of service to us. Thank you for putting your body on the line for us for all those years. And then today you apparently decided to put your brain and your body on the line, even more so than you had over the last 25 years of your life, and step into the boxing ring. It didn't work out well. Hopefully his bid to retire a 49er works out better. With that, like the video, comment on the video, share, subscribe, dislike if you're pissed off that Frank lost today. Y'all be safe. Niner Ganger don't bang. Get that W tomorrow.